Hello my Wolfpack and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Competitive Guide video. So today we're covering Stoutland. Now Stoutland I actually really enjoy using. It has pretty good attack, pretty good defenses and HP, and also okay speed. Now if you used to chuck a Scarf on that, your speed would be looking very good. I think Stoutland is a very underrated Pokemon in my opinion. It does get a lot of different moves, and it also has access to things like Intimidate and Psychic Fangs, and even Thunder Wave, which are really good support moves to use. Now I've got 3 sets for you today, 2 generic and 1 Dynamax, and we're just going to jump straight in. So the first one we have is a Life Orb set. Life Orb obviously increases your attack power by 1.3 times, but you do lose 10% of your health every turn, so do be cautious of that. Every time you use an attacking move, I should say, sorry. We've got Intimidate, which lowers down the attack of the opposing Pokemon, allowing Stoutland to come in a lot easier and take a lot less damage on hits. And then move-wise, we've got Crunch, powerful Dark-type move, hits things like Ghost types and Psychic types for super effective damage. Wild Charge, powerful Electric-type attack, hits a variety of different Pokemon. You will be taking Recall, though, so do be cautious of that, and you may want a Wish user in the back so you can pass that Wish onto Stoutland, maybe something like an Umbreon, for example. We've then got Play Rough, powerful Fairy-type attack. Now, Fairy-type attacks obviously hit fighting types of super effective damage, which obviously would be a lot less concerning for you because obviously fighting types are super effective against you. And finally we have Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave is such a useful move. I used to hate using it, but now it's one of my favourite moves to use because it slows down the opposing Pokemon. So for example, a Dragapult will halve its speed, that will make it a lot less scary, and also has a chance to fully paralyze it. Now, I know Hacks isn't a way to win a battle, but it can be incorporated in there to support you. EVs, I've gone for max attack and max speed with a jolly nature, so more speed, less special attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. Now, if you wanted to, you could take that Thunder Wave off and put it on something like Earthquake if you wanted to, and have a Choice Scarf or a Choice Band on here. I just wanted to show this off because I've got a Choice Band set later on in the video. The second set we have is more of a supportive set, so there are a few ways of running this. We have Leftovers and Intimidate again. You could always go for Rocky Helmet and Intimidate if you want to go for a very defensive set, obviously with that physical contact move, allowing for you to essentially absorb the hit because of the Intimidate lowering down the attack power, and then doing the damage with the Rocky Helmet. We've got Psychic Fangs to get rid of things like Light Screen, Reflect, and Aurora Veil because, let's face it, they are very annoying to deal with and are somewhat common. We've got Toxic, which is a transferring move, so you would have to teach this to Stoutland before transferring it over to the new games. And that stops things from setting up because it puts them on timer, or if they do set up, they are very limited in the amount of time that they can use it, or they'll have to switch out, or they will faint. As well as breaking down things like walls, they're not going to be able to stay in. So thinking about things like Porygon 2 that's now available, having that Toxic there start racking up on Porygon, it makes it a lot less scary. We have Play Rough, which is a powerful Fairy-type attack, obviously spoke about that earlier, and we have Iron Head, which again just hits a variety of different Pokemon for some damage, things like Rock types, Ice types, Fire types, and Bug types. So lots of different moves. No, that would be Rock types. Ice types, sorry, Ice types and Rock types are hit for super effective damage, and Fairy types. So Steel is just a very good typing to have. EVs, now you can run this in a few ways. If you're going for more the attacking side of things and just want that Intimidate and Toxic option, you've got max attack and max speed. You could also run max HP and max speed to just get that Psychic Fangs off or the Toxic off if needed. You can also run this as max HP and max defense with a Impish nature if you wanted to. Again, as I said, you could run that with the Rocky Helmet. You could always go max HP, max special defense, but I think Stoutland definitely works as more of a defensive Pokemon. Now moving on to our final set, this is a Dynamax set, and there are a couple of ways of running this. So on here we could have Intimidate, which could allow you to live hits more easily, so lowering down the attack of the opposing Pokemon, you'd either not take much damage or force a switch on the Pokemon, so you could run the Intimidate. You can run Scrappy as well, so normal and fighter type moves hit ghost types. This can be really effective just in case they bring in a ghost type to absorb that max knuckle. And obviously not give you that boost. So that is something that you can run as well. And you can even run Sand Rush if you decide to go for Rock Tomb on here. I know it's not an amazing move, but the max Rockfall will set up the sand, doubling your speed, allowing for you to obviously have a lot more capability. And if you have something like Dracovish in the back, which also has Sand Rush, then that is going to also be beneficial for it. So you could run that with a Smooth Rock, for example, if you wanted to. But for this set, I've gone for Scrappy. As I just explained, you could go for a couple of different ones. Now, Superpower will turn to Max Knuckle, increasing up your attack. Iron Head increases your defense through Max Steel Spike. Stomping Tantrum increases your special defense through Max Quake. And then Aerial Ace increases up your speed using Max Airstream. So all 4 of those moves are very, very viable when you are Dynamax. And then when you're back to normal, you obviously are locked into a move if you go for the Choice Band. If you go for like Leftovers or Life or even Red Card along those lines, you can do that if you want. Now, EVs, I've gone for Max Attack and Max Speed here with a Jolly Nature, so more speed, less special attack. Obviously, that depends more if you're going for like the Max Airstream route or the Sand Rush route. If you go for the Sand Rush route, definitely go for Adamant because having your double speed there, that'll be about 500 speed. So you'll be outspeeding the vast majority of Pokemon. Anyways, that is all for today, so I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm out of here, so have a good one, and I'll see you soon.